welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guests are the talented twin sisters and indie music duo, the Elidas, known for their harmonies and heartfelt lyrics. Guys, they are amazing. Venice and Belle are here to talk about their music, their creative process, and so much more. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Guys, let's do a quick introduction.
Yes.
You're twins, Venice and Belle.
Yeah.
So I'm Belle.
And I'm Venice.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for being here, and it's really nice to meet you. So,
lovely to
can
meet
you
you.
tell us about the band name, the Elidas? Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, so I mean, you can pronounce it any way you want. We've had a lot of different pronunciations, but I think it's the Elidas, and it actually it's a comes from because we have Latin and Celtic roots because our mum's from Scotland and our dad's from Trinidad, and the name is like it's a mix of Latin and Scottish, isn't it?
Yeah, in Latin terms it means like a small winged creature, and in Celtic it's another word for like a Norse small fast ship. So it's like a nice mix of like both the cultures.
Yeah.
Crucially, it was different from what anybody else had because we had a hard time choosing names that were repeated for
Wow, that's well thought.
Yeah, we spent
find a
ages.
different name out there, yeah.
And such interesting roots, but yet you live in Dubai. So
Yes.
have you always lived here? Or?
No, so we lived in Scotland until we were 9 years old, and then we moved here around 7 years ago now.
Yeah.
And we love it here. The weather's so much better.
So much better,
That's true. Apart from, by the way, we should say that this interview was meant to happen about 9 months ago. But you guys weren't able to.
No, because of the horrific rain. That was terrible, but now we're here.
When did you realize that music was your thing? Like, was it a twin thing? Do you always do things together?
I feel like it started from a really young age because we were just kind of always singing, and it was mostly just second school concerts and stuff. But then when we got to an older age, my dad taught me guitar because he used to be in a band when he was younger, and then once we just kind of I learned the guitar, and it just kind of happened, because it was always very instinctual.
Yeah, because we always knew that we could sing together because we were in our old school in Scotland. We were actually we were picked to play the role of Annie, but we shared it, but the audience didn't even realise.
Annie got rich, and I was one Annie after Annie got rich, and at the end we all gave a bow, and they were so surprised it was two people.
Yeah.
So you've been performing on stage from a young age?
Yeah, very young, yeah.
Was there ever any nerves there, or?
I mean, well, it depends what kind of situation it is, Like, actually, funnily enough, when we have gigs that, a lot of the time our family comes to gigs, just support us and things like that. And a lot of the time when it's family members, it's a lot more nerve-wracking because, if you mess up, you'll see them again.
Years pass and you'll remember it.
But like for gigs that have nobody that we know are coming apart from our parents, obviously, it's very easy to just, relax because like if you mess up, you'll never see them again. And, it's very interesting to just look at people's faces and, people watch as you're performing. It's really cool.
I totally get that. I feel like if there's someone I know behind the screen, I get so nervous. But if there's no one there, it doesn't matter that there's like 2 of you watching.
Exactly.
You just float on.
Do you have any upcoming gigs here in Dubai?
Yeah, so we got a gig coming up on the January 28th in the Fridge, which is really nice because we did a gig there 2 years back where we played the support act, and now we're headlining, so it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's really exciting to be doing it as a headlining act.
It's come full circle.
Yeah, it's come full circle.
We've also got, in the summer in Scotland, we're going to be playing our first ever festival, so that's really cool. And I think that's all we've got coming up for now, but we're releasing more songs.
Later this year, so like February, March kind of time.
Yeah, because we've got GCSE mocks as well, so,
Busy.
Yeah, trying to juggle school. And actually something else that's really exciting that hopefully will come into fruition, within the next few months is we're working with this legendary producer and writer, James Sanger, who actually worked with Keane and Dido, among many others. Hopefully...
Like somewhere in the Reno, who was actually like there producing it. It was really cool.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I have so many questions, and once you hear their performance, you'll understand why. Like your vocals are so lovely.
Oh, thank you so much.
Your harmonies are so lovely.
Thank you.
But for people who don't know, could you maybe describe your music, describe your style a little bit?
We tried to put a label on it for a while, but then we kind of figured out like each song is kind of different in its own way. But we'd say we're kind of like indie folk, a bit like First Take It or maybe Gregory Allen Icecoff. I don't know if you know them, but we just kind of have a whole mix of styles. But we'd like to say that like we're indie folk kind of.
Yeah,
Scottish.
that's where we try and lean towards, with like harmonies and stuff like that.
Get it.
You do a lot of covers for music and songs, but you also have your own songs and your own music.
Yes, yeah.
Which song feels the most personal, and what's the story behind it?
Oh, that's a hard one.
A lot of the songs we've written aren't based on real life events because we have a happy life, so our songs so our songs are kind of melancholy, but it's basically kind of what we see online or what we read and see in like TV adaptations or and a lot of them are quite sad, so we don't really relate to them that much, but I think we write lyrics in a way that I think a lot of people can relate to them because they're quite ambiguous. We tell a story but we don't really want to be specific because we want everyone to be able to relate to it. Yeah, but I think the song that's probably most personal to us what do you think? It's Familiar Storms? Yeah, maybe Familiar Storms. Yeah, because we just wrote that, based off of
what we've seen in like, our friends or like, like people just, in everyday life, and, it makes us quite sad. So,
Or Rise, because it talks about how you always feel like everybody's life is more interesting than yours. That feeling of just waking up and thinking everyone's got a better life than me.
like people see you online and stuff like that. So that's what those songs are about.
Interesting. What's it like going through this process together as twin sisters? But also, as you said, you're juggling your mocks for your GCSE in year 11. They're going back to school right after this, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
But also, on the kind of the beginning of what could be an amazing flourishing career, like does one of you motivate the other more, or
I think
it's equal.
It's generally equal, but it tends to begin with the guitar because
Like
obviously
when we're
it's really
writing.
hard to build. It would be really hard to build a melody and lyrics on top of not a guitar part. So I typically create the guitar and I give it to Belle, and then we just work together from then on.
Yeah.
But sometimes songs have more like lyrics from Belle and less lyrics from me, or more lyrics from me and less lyrics from Belle, and it's kind of like a 50-50 normally.
Yeah, but we both put in equal amounts of effort, I'd say.
Yeah, because otherwise we wouldn't want to sing the songs. It was just one person.
do you have like the usual sister fights, like I kill my sister, but the next day we're fine?
Yeah.
Hey, but when
We argue over socks mostly.
yeah.
I know your sock collection.
Yeah, don't even tell me about
Yeah. I mean, we wear the same type of socks, so it's just like we always end up taking
But that's
each other's-
really it. We don't really argue about the music,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like as twins, people always expect you to do everything together, right?
Yeah.
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 So what is the best and the worst part of working together?
The worst part, we can have creative differences about which songs we like to learn.
Yeah.
Because we sing the same type of music, but we listen to different sorts of music.
Oh, yeah.
Most
Yeah.
of the time. And we used
Yeah.
to listen to similar music, but we've kind of branched off in different directions. But the great part is you kind of always know that you have the same ideas with writing songs. Like you never have any creative differences in that aspect. It's very easy with that way.
Yeah, but sometimes when I make a line, Dennis goes, "Oh, that's bad. I want a different one." To
Yeah.
So
And
that's
the same way with her as well.
Yeah.
Do you take offense? Usually I fight with my sister if she gives me any criticism.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I mean, like obviously, we're allowed to give each other criticism because like who else is going to do it?
Yes, it's a creative process.
Yeah, but sometimes it does get a little bit annoying, but it's fine.
I think it's the perfect mix, right? Because if you're working with someone and they say it's bad, you could sit on that all day. But if it's your sister,
Yes.
Oh yeah, you just get over it so
Yeah,
quick.
you get
I
over
hit
it.
a specific nerve. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, like it gets annoying, but then obviously, like you realize that
Forget
they're
about
right.
it in 5 minutes time. They never last long at all.
right?
Yeah, and also because they're being very, very honest. Like everybody, like Venice knows me more than anyone else does. So
Yeah.
if she says something, obviously I'll agree with
Must
it
be
because
true.
yeah,
It's like family always wants the best for you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly,
she's not
yeah.
malicious.
No.
Yeah, no malicious intentions.
What about ahead of performances? The more you do you have any habits or things that you like to do together?
Yeah. Very, very lot. Like we're very superstitious with, and we always end every single set,
Oh, yeah.
every single gig we've ever done. I think we've actually, apart from the one next week, we're not actually ending with that song, but we always end with a song by First Aid Kit called "King of the World." We've literally every single gig we've done since like day one.
As long as I can remember.
Yeah,
because it's kind of like a bad charm if you don't do it. Like bad luck.
Yeah, because it's got like the tambourine, it's very cheerful, and then it gets audience clapping and stuff like that. So we always like to end with that song. But that's
That's
what
about
we
it
do.
though. We normally do warm-ups beforehand, which would be expected. We used to get so nervous before gigs that we couldn't eat, but we got fine with that now. So.
Yeah.
So how many gigs would you do?
It depends on the season.
Yeah, usually like most of our gigs are concentrated around the winter months. So like
It's nicest to do
yeah,
outside.
like November to probably the latest we ever do gigs is like March, because then it turns into like the Ramadan and stuff like that. After Ramadan, we don't really do many gigs, and when we're doing more like writing and releasing in the summer months, because we don't have school as much. So that's when we'll be doing most of our writing and releasing. But gigs are usually like. We did a Dubai Shopping Festival last winter, and that was
Yeah.
I think
That was like 2 gigs every weekend for like 6 weeks or something like that. So
No,
that's
3
quite
weeks.
busy. Or 3 weeks. That was quite busy.
Yeah. Some years are more busy than others. This is a bit more relaxed year,
Because of all the GCSEs and everything.
Yeah.
Of course.
So during winter most of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
So what is one thing that people ask you both? Like they always ask you about you being twins that you're tired of explaining and tired of answering all the time.
How to tell us apart?
Yeah. because people ask and then we tell them and they still forget sometimes because
Yeah.
it's hard to remember which one's Belle and which one's Venice.
Yeah,
Because
because it's hard to tell.
We have different styles a little bit though.
Yeah.
In school, though, it's hard to tell us apart.
Yeah,
Because
school.
we're in the exact same school uniform, so people have troubles mixing us up. But I think actually playing gigs, it's fine because Belle is always the singer and she's always standing
Yeah.
up, and I'm always sitting on a stool just looking at my guitar, really. So Belle does most of the crowd work and everything like
Yeah,
that.
so
it's very
people
easy
can
to
tell us apart like
apart.
that.
Yeah, like that.
Interesting.
Do you switch roles, for example, if he played the guitar and you'd
No, I can never play the guitar.
And I can't talk to crowds at all.
I did try and learn the bass. And I worked at it for like a month and I gave up because I don't know why, I just don't have the patience to learn instruments. Like, my voice is just, it comes to
But
me
it's fine because
naturally.
I'll do it, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, she's learned all the instruments. She's got like banjo, electric guitar. She can play the bass as well, obviously, because if you play the guitar, you can play the bass. And what else can you play? Ukulele.
piano. But we have,
I love the ukulele.
yeah, the ukulele is what I started on actually.
She also had a phase with the harmonica.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, so she's got all the instruments. I just stick to the voice.
Got you. Well, it's working.
Yeah, yeah.
Before you came on, one of our stories was about AI.
Oh, yes.
And we sometimes are unsure how much it will fully relate to our lives, but you mentioned you've got a big project coming up.
Yes, we had our first sync deal with Imagine AI, which is really nice. It's our new song, Lighthouse, is being released soon, and they're using that song to showcase their AI app, so it's just really exciting, because they did like a AI music video using
it was so
pictures
cool.
of us and everything.
Yeah, it really looked like us.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah, it was so odd though, because we were walking about, like the video was based in like a house by the sea, because the song is about the sea, and well, I mean it's called Lighthouse, and it was weird because we were seeing each other walking about wearing clothes that we don't own, and like
it was really cool.
Like,
it's just amazing what it can do. Yeah, and it was sometimes it looked more like Belle, and sometimes it looked more like me. So it was really interesting to see like what our merged faces looked like. It was just really cool.
It was
actually.
awesome.
And then where will this be used? Like, how many listens do you think or views will this
Well,
probably
we're not sure about that. It's like the video that they made is it's not used as our official music video. We're doing a different one for that.
It's used to promote their app, so we can't use it to promote our music.
Right.
But it's still really interesting to see if it gets people to listen to our songs, because obviously if they post it with our song, people might think, well, who's that? And then go to our Spotify and hopefully take a listen. So
Sure, you can see, and that will be your Spotify will be linked, so people will be able
Yes.
to find you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
find it on Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. Like,
Oh, we're every platform basically. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, last thing. So, what's the best advice you've received in your career that you'd like to pass it on to someone else?
Oh yeah.
It's just, when starting at a young age, you have to make sure that you don't get too caught up in trying to be there right away, because when you're at this age, it's a perfect time to just figure out what's good for you, what you like doing, what your style is. Like, don't be afraid to start again. Don't be afraid to try, because you might think that you just want to get there right away, but then you don't have like a platform of people that really like you to fall back on and stuff like that. So just take it slow at this age, definitely.
Yeah, because we still got a long way to go, but like your opportunities, like they're not going to disappear. You can wait for as long as you want.
Love that so much.
Thank you.
We would love to hear you perform on the show. Elidas and Belle, take it away.
So this is a song that actually we released
November.
In November. It's called Prayer for the Blind. You wear away lines in the shoals and trees, burnt away ties that anchored you deep, toes on the edge, fingers on mine. Come to me clean in the wood off your eyes, and I'll do everything, but I won't be a guide. Look out to the sea, you won't find my light, and I'll say everything, prayers for the blind. If faith is what you need, then it won't be mine. It won't be mine.
Aww.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I didn't want that to end. I really didn't. That was so amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, that was lovely. Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks
If
so much
people
for having
watching
us.
the show, if they want to find you, if they want to go to your next show, how can they do so?
So we are on basically every single platform.
Yeah.
We are on Instagram. Our main platform is Instagram because that's where we've got most of our followers.
So
We're on
_Elidas.
Yes.
As ELIDAS.
Yeah.
And we're on Spotify as the Elidas, and we're on all the other platforms as well.
yeah. So you can find our ticket links for our next gig on Spotify as well.
Amazing. Venice and Belle from the Elidas, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Such a beautiful performance as well. Thank you, Massa.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show today. We're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.